The problem with live action adaptations is that we've already seen the original. Over the last 2 years, streaming services such as Netflix and Disney Plus come out with tons of live action adaptations for hit stories like Percy Jackson, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and One Piece, just to name a few. Almost all of these adaptations have met with a large amount of criticism from the pre-existing audience of these stories. A big reason for this is audiences are not coming in with an open mind. They have already experienced these stories and know these characters very well, and they're expecting a live adaptation to be exactly one-to-one copy with no changes from the original. So when changes are made, it usually results in pushback from the audience. The changes to the Agni Kai in their recent Avatar: The Last Airbender adaptation is a perfect example of this. In the original, during the Agni Kai between Zuko and his father, Zuko refuses to fight and bows down to his father looking for mercy. This backfired, ended up irritating the Fire Lord, which ended up in Zuko being scarred permanently with a blast of fire to the face. Iroh later explains around the fire that refusing to fight showed weakness in Zuko, which had to be punished by burning him and then banishing him from the Fire Nation. This is completely different in the live action adaptation. At first, Zuko refuses to fight, but when Fire Lord Ozai makes a demand that Zuko must fight, he gives in and the two have a heated back and forth battle. At what point in the battle, Zuko takes the upper hand and has an opening to attack the vulnerable Ozai, but instead he holds back, showing compassion to his father. This leads to the Fire Lord Ozai counterattacking, hitting Zuko down to the ground, and finally delivering his scar. In this version of the story, the lesson Zuko is taught is that compassion is weakness. Since he hesitated and showed compassion to his father, he is scarred and then banished from the Fire Nation. This led to a lot of anger in the fandom because people felt the point of the original was to show that Zuko was unable to carry out acts of violence against his father and loved ones. However, in the adaptation, Zuko is thrown multiple attacks at his father and only hesitates when he has a clean shot to do guaranteed damage. People have a problem with this because it deviates from the characterization of Zuko in the original show. However, this mindset stops us from enjoying who Zuko is in this live action. Someone who has been taught that compassion is a weakness and he should be ruthless in every single thing he does in life in order to restore his honor. To me, that's a very interesting character that I would love to see grow and develop. However, most people won't even give it a chance because people are not looking at how good these shows actually are. They're just looking at how well they adapt the source material. This mindset can cause us to miss out on masterpieces. One of my favorite shows of all time is Game of Thrones, and I went in completely blind, not reading any of the source material, and I absolutely loved it. Then after I finished the show, I started to read the books that they were based on, and it turns out they were even better than the show itself. I found out there are a lot of characters and plot lines that were either completely changed or just straight up cut from the original story when making the live action adaptation. If I knew that information going in, it might have ruined my enjoyment of the show, because I would just be constantly critiquing it on all the things it did differently from the original source material instead of just sitting down and enjoying the show for what it is. Just need to have an open mindset when watching these shows. Just for a second, pretend like you didn't see the original and just take in these characters in this world for what it is in the live action adaptation, not obsess over what it was in the original. That's all I got. If you liked the video, like the video.